Well, hello, hello. It is me, Julie, and I am so excited to see you guys for day one. Hold on, let me get my phone right here. Okay. Yes. All right, for day one of our online Christmas in July craft along. Now, y'all, I'm going to tell you something. It's hotter than Satan's armpit here. It is hot, hot, hot in Tennessee. But I am still ready to put my fake material, acrylic, polyester, whatever it is, Santa hat on for you because it's all about the show. It is all about the creating for, no, this isn't creating for Christ. This is not creating for Christ. This is not the Great North American Stampin' Show. This is the Christmas in July craft along. I got it. Help me out here, y'all. Help me out. So I'm going to pull this up on my computer screen too. So hopefully I can see comments and say hi to people when they come in. I've got Lisa saying hi, Jen saying hi. Hello, my friend. Yeah, a couple things. So listen, if I don't say hi back, if you've said hi, just know I don't see it. It's not refreshing, fine, but that's okay. I'll go back afterwards and see it. So anyway, let's talk for a minute. So happy Monday. I hope you are having an amazing week. If you are new here, you are at Stamp and Shine with Julie Salva. Somehow you have stumbled into what appears to be the wackiest Stampin' Corner on the book. Get it on the book, the Facebook? Get it? Anyway, but no, we have a lot of fun here. I'm Julie, and I kind of hang out here, and this is my group, and we have a ton of fun, and we watch Julie make mistakes, and I know odds are high right now. Hi, Stella, thank you for that. I'm glad you like the hat. Odds are high with 3 projects today that I'll make a good mistake for us. So that's the hope, right? That's the plan. And so it'll be good. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about what we've got going here. So I know some of you pre-purchased the craft along kit ahead of time. Some of you are just watching to see if you want to maybe make these projects. Some of you guys are just kind of looking and you'll make them later. But I'm going to tell you the stamps that we're focusing on. And I know a lot of my friends have been focusing on this set too. It is a way better set than I had initially thought. I'm going to tell you. So it is the Jolly Holly. And for the longest time, I wanted to call it Holly Jolly. And I don't know why I had a hard time grasping this name, but I think I've got it now. So we're going to be working with this set. I've got my tutorial right here. I printed it out, all 11 pages of it. And there are 9 projects that I'm going to be doing over the next 3 days. 3 today, 3 tomorrow, and then 3 on Wednesday. I worked on this class with 2 other demonstrators, Joey Hartman and Alejandra Gomez. And if you watched Julie and Friends several months ago, they were my guests on that, and both really, really talented stampers, far more talented than me. So you're getting a big bargain here. So we've all designed 3 projects, and I'm going to show you guys how to make them. So there's 2 cards and a 3D every single day. 2 cards and a 3D every single day. So I feel like I'm going to be able to really show you guys some things, maybe give you some tips and tricks on some things that maybe you didn't know, or can make some things a little bit easier for you. I'm just looking at comments and stuff over here if there's anything. Hi, Christine, that I need to say. So I don't think there is. So I think we can go on and get started. Here's where the fun is going to come in. I have pre-created one of these projects. And then the other 2, I just ran out of time, so I'm going to be making them right along with you. I did get the big shot work done. One thing, if you're new here, that you want to know is I do not like to do big shot work. Another thing, well, I don't like to do it on camera. Another thing you'll want to know is that Fiona is here with me. She is right under the desk. Can you say hi, Fiona? She cannot. She is not interested at all. But she may start barking, and then maybe we'll see her. So anyway, that's what I have got. We're ending up July, and I'm ready for the burr months. I need the burrs. I need September, October, November, December. I need my burrs. That's what I'm built for. Okay, so let's flip the phone around and let's get started. I have meandered long enough. Okay, by the way, I saw some birds out of my window the other day, and I was super excited about that because what I did is I took a picture of them, and then I went to ChatGPT, and they told me what they were. They are mourning doves. So I had 2 mourning doves outside my window. Okay, all right, I'm gonna start with the project that I have already made so I can show it to you guys. Now, one thing I wanna show you with the tutorial here, and as a side note, if you do not have the tutorial and you decide you want it, you can purchase the tutorial for $25, or you can get it for free by placing an order, and I'll talk about that later. But you'll notice there are two pictures, okay? I want you to know that at the beginning of this, we were going to use the Miriam Bright paper from last year, and then it sold out. So we had to stop midstream and switch over to the Season of Green and Gold. And I'm going to tell you, overall, Season of Green and Gold looks so much better. But all of which to say, we did include pictures in this tutorial of what the projects would look like if you used Miriam Bright. So if you have Miriam Bright left over from last year, just know that you can use those pictures if you want to. Jennifer, you have two cardinals for your aunt and your grandma. You know, I know that cardinals are meant to show us that people who have passed on that we care for are there. And I love that sentiment. I love it. So anyway, okay, so here we go with the first card. Again, today's projects are designed by Joey. So yay, Joey. Okay, here's the card. And as with just about everything, I think they're so much prettier in real life. I really do. So here's this one, and I'm going to show you how to make it. So if you ordered this ahead of time, you received a kit that had the following items in it. It had a half a pack of the Season of Green and Gold paper, a half a pack of the Distressed Regals paper. So you've got that gold metallic coming in. You got a package of the Cherry Cobbler and, Cherry Cobbler and Pearl adhesive backed berries, which we're going to use quite a bit. You've got a spool of the red and white twine. And you also got some, and I'll just show you here on the sample, a spool of the gold striped metallic organdy ribbon. I don't even know what that's called. I just basically threw out a bunch of words for you. And then you had a little treat bag, and I will show you. We all did these. I should have one here. We all did just a little happy for everybody, and mine, I don't know. It's somewhere. I'll have it to show you if not. Oh, here it is, right here, right in front of me, Deb. But I made this box for you guys, and then inside the box is, and I will, my last day, I might add this box tutorial on here. Would you guys like that? We bought some Christmas hand cream for everybody. I don't know about you guys, but working with paper, my cuticles and my hands get so dry. So we got that. Side note, are you noticing, if you're looking at this saying, Julie, I don't remember that paper anywhere. I don't remember seeing that. Well, but that's all I'll say about that. Okay, I'm teasing you. All right, so let's get going. Jen, I'm glad you like the box. Okay, so this is Joey's first project. So I have already prepared some of the pieces for me. The DSP for everybody was not pre-cut, nor was any of the die cutting that was a part of the bundle. You had the opportunity to add the bundle on, but anything else was. So like these everyday arches, those are pre-cut, paper pre-cut, etc., etc. So let's see what we've got going here. I know, let me pull my tutorial out, or I can kind of look at this too. All right, so the Cherry Cobbler is cut down to 5.5 by 8.5. So that's cut. I'm going to go on and fold it in half, and I am going to verb bone fold. See, if this bone folder is a noun, former English teacher, but bone folding is a verb. So I've got that. All right, then you need, or you received a piece, well, we'll get to that. Number 2, the 3 3/4 by 5 Green and Gold DSP. That is this DSP. Sometimes to note on this side, you can see it there. I'm going to tell you something. I love that gold metallic right there. Maybe I'll use that. We'll see. And then you need a piece of white that you guys would have had in your kit. And it appears that I have put my piece of white somewhere. Give me just a second. Let me grab some white. Okay, I'm back. I got a whole pack of white now. And that piece, let me go on and cut it. That piece was cut to 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So I'm gonna go on and do that for us. 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Look how good I'm getting working with 8s. It's a big deal. Okay, so there we go. All these are going to be adhered like this. I'm not going to do it yet because I may switch that over to the gold. Okay, we'll see. Okay, then we've got our arches, and we are told to adhere the cherry cobbler arch inside the basic white arch. So I'm going to go on. That I can go on and do. Get that squared away. All right, so you with me so far? Let me go on because I know I had a little bit of a chaos moment there. Let me go on and review one more time with you. So a piece of 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 cherry cobbler cardstock folded in half. You can score it at 4 1/4 if you want. You had a piece of 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 basic white, and that's going to be adhered here. You're cutting down a piece of the Season of Green and Gold. By the way, Season of Green and Gold is on the last chance list, so it is still available, but it is only while supplies last. So I'm not going to lie, we were holding our breath to make sure we were able to get enough of this, and we were. So this is cut to 3 3/4 by 5. And then included in your kit, you had 2, hi Gayla, you had 2 everyday arch pieces, basic white and cherry cobbler, okay? Then here's what you were instructed to do. This Jolly Holly set is part of a bundle, and the bundle includes the stamp set. It includes the embossing folder, which is stunning. Stunning. In fact, let me show you. This was my Great American Stampin' Show card from last week, which won. Thank you, guys. But I just used the embossing folder there, and I mean, just look how pretty it is. I mean, really, really pretty. I love that folder, okay? I posted this card. It's pretty self-explanatory, but if you want to know how to do it, go back and watch Thursday's Great North American Stampin' Show. But this bundle, it's called a hybrid bundle. And for those of you who are not familiar with what that is, you also get this big die that looks like some kind of psychological test. Like, what do you see when you look at that? But what it does is actually pretty cool. It fits exactly, look at me, exactly into the embossing folder. Like this lines up, like it like clicks in place here. So it lines up on these images. And when you put your paper inside of it, okay, and fold it over and then run it through the embossing machine, what comes out is a piece that looks like this. All right, and you've got several options with that. You can keep it like this and kind of gently pull those holly leaves up to give your card some dimension. And the next card that we do is actually that we're going to do that, so you can see that in action, okay? Or you can do what this card calls for, and for what I did on the sample card, Joey said to cut, using your snips, 3 holly leaves. 3 holly leaves. So since I already started this one, I will go on and finish it. So again, most of it is die cut, but not all. So all you're kind of going to do is just go in there and snip. And it's pretty easy. It's just these last little edges here. In fact, honestly, you could probably tear it. Ah, I just did, see? Okay, so there's, let me show you. There's one. And so you can kind of see, let's try to get it better. There, I think that's good. You got to see how it's embossed and cut. That's what the hybrid sets do. They emboss and cut, okay? So there's one. You know what? I like the 3, so I'm going to go back to this one. And here's 2. But I wanted you to see me do this because, you know, this might be something that you're like, oh, I haven't thought to, I didn't think to do that before. So there's 2. And this one. Here's the 3rd one. Really beautiful, beautiful die cutting with all that detail there. And come on. Come on. There we go. Okay, good. All right, so I've got my 3 holly leaves here, okay? So what am I supposed to do, Joey? What am I supposed to do? Well, I'm going to scoot this to the side. I'm going to adhere my 3 holly leaves onto this. She also says that we are to die cut, and this is included in the set, 2 old olive branches. Now I'm going to try something here, okay? I went ahead and die cut them plain. I didn't stamp them first, but I will say I do kind of like the detail when I stamp. So I'm going to stamp them. If I don't get it lined up straight or anything, I'm just going to flip it over. I mean, it's no harm, no foul on this because it's a win either way. Okay. So let me get my old olive ink here. Let's just see what happens. It is a pretty card. Thank you, guys. Jen, you like the gold too? You know what? I'm going to do the gold just to see, because I already have one done with the green, so I can show you guys both, and you can decide. All right. Line up, line up, line up, line up. Please, line up. Please, 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 please. Okay. Did it? Did it? Look at that. Look at that, you guys. It did. Look. Oh, that looks good. Yay, me. Okay. Yay, me. All right, let me do the other one. Okay, now don't get arrogant, Salva. Line up. I'm going to do it the same way I did. I'm going to say my words. Line up, line up, line up, line up. Please, please, please. Let's see. Perfect. Perfect. I think that's the key. I think when you're doing it, I think you have to say your words. I think you have to talk nicely to the stamp. Let the stamp know that you guys are a team. You're in this together. I think that's all you need to do. All right, good. Okay, so let's get this adhered. I'm going to use dimensionals, and here's what I'm going to do, okay? And I know that this is a good plan because I did it when I was practicing for this card. And again, let me remind you, the other two cards, I did not practice anything, so I certainly feel as if the potential for chaos is there. But what I did is I just did one dimensional on each one, and I kind of laid two off to the side, and then I took that larger one and I put that in the center. Okay, so I'm going to do that first. Okay, so if you like a card that is elaborate, a lot of details and things like that, this is definitely the card for you because it's such a stunner, but it is not that difficult to make, which is really what I love. So Joey did a great job with that. So I know right now you're like, that looks kind of weird, Julie, but wait till I get this one on here in the center. I'm going to turn it this way. So see, I've kind of overlapped them all. I know I don't want you to freak out on that little gap there because I have a plan, okay? What I did before is I take my olive leaves, just put a little bit of adhesive on the back, and then wherever I've got some of that left, I can plug it in there and it kind of fills the holes, you know? So I could even do, if I wanted to, I could do a third leaf kind of over here. I kind of want to. You know what? I've got some extra leaves that I did. Should I do it? I might come back to it. Let me see. I'll think about it. No, I'm going to do it. Okay, then I went ahead and I die cut Joy out of gold foil. Now this die, there's a stamp and the die. It's in this bundle. So everything that I'm using is from this bundle, okay? Me and my frenemy, green glue here, I'm going to see what it does. Y'all, my silicone mats that I love to do the Salva Smish with are downstairs with my scrapbooking kit. I worked on the virtual scrapbooking project this weekend with a friend, and we got 2 layouts done. We're just going to get together over the next little bit and just get them done. She's a new grandmother. I can't tell you her name in case her grandchild, or not her grandchild's an infant. That doesn't matter. But in case her child is watching, it's going to be a surprise for them. Wouldn't that be a great gift? Wouldn't that be a great gift to give somebody a whole your first year of your child or your grandbaby? So, okay, so there's that. Now, let me show you what magic and beauty is getting ready to happen because it's amazing. I know, green glue, I know. All right, let's go over here to these gems, okay? And this is like my favorite right here. All right, I'm gonna get them with, I might take a pick tool. I'm getting all 3. See, these are already, and some of you guys know this, all right? They come as a set of 3. 1, I just love this. I just think it's such a wow. 2, and then you know what I'm going to do on this one? I'm going to bring it back out some because the center part is kind of covered up. So I just pulled it out there, and I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to do... I'm going to put it back exactly like I just had it. I'm going to just put these on here. They're going to be faux. They're going to be faux. There we go. Still pretty. Look how pretty that is now. Okay. Really, really pretty. And when you see it in real life and you can see that detail of the holly leaves, it's gorgeous. You could also, if you wanted to, you could take a blending brush and you could blend some color in there if you wanted to do that. So now we are just about done. We're going to put this together. I'm going to do the bow. Jen, I am going to go with the gold. Let's see what happens with it. So we're going to, oh my goodness, it is a beautiful piece of paper, isn't it? So I'm going to adhere that right there. Remember, the directions called for the green side, and I did my sample with the green side, but just for fun. Man, that is so pretty right there. Oh my goodness, I love it. It's very elegant. Okay, and then, look at that. I love it. I love it. I'll hold the green one up in a minute, and you guys can see what you think. I'll hold them both side by side, and then you're going to have to vote and tell me what one you like the best. But that is really pretty. Okay, bow. So I'm going to pull some of my ribbon out here. That is a really long piece right there. I know I say I don't worry about it, but even me, I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a long piece. Okay, bow, and now it is finagle time. If you're a regular Stamp and Shine viewer, you know we always finagle our bows. Finagle, so that they don't look all cattywomp. I'm gonna have to do a Julie dictionary for you guys. Okay, that's pretty good. Glue dot, and put that glue dot right there. Man, that is pretty. That is really Joey Hartman. Well done. Well done on designing this card. Now, Joey also, because she's fancy, she also did the twine and made a bow out of the twine. And I know that with this twine and with these gems, they were both available last year, but they were really, I mean, it was kind of luck on, what is this? It was kind of luck on the draw if you got them or not, because they were so popular that they sold out quickly. I would encourage you, use them this year. Have some fun with it this year. So I'm going to do a bow here. And again, the Season of Green and Gold paper. Beautiful, beautiful paper. Just because it's not brand spanking new, that doesn't mean that we can't enjoy it, because it is really stunning. Okay, finagle the bow. That's pretty good. Glue dot. And glue dot it right there in the center. Trim. That one's pretty good. And look! There we go. That is card number 1. It is very pretty. It is very elegant. Jen says it looks classy and it pulls in. It does, Jen. It pulls in that gold foil pop for the word. So let me show you side by side. And in the comments, tell me which one you like the best. And it really, I mean, that's your preference, okay? This one has the DSP, the green side showing. This one has the gold side showing. They're both beautiful. They're both beautiful. So you could really just do it however you want, half and half if you want to. So anyway, I'm glad you guys like it, okay? So that is project number 1. Okay, we are rocking and rolling. Let's go to project number 2. Now here's where the fun starts, because I don't have a sample to show you. We are going to make it as we go. So I'm going to set my tutorial right on over here. I'll set it right here. And pull out the envelope with that. All right. Yep. Here we go. Got it. Yep. Okay. So this one is a piece of thick basic white. Let me pull my pieces out. Okay. piece of thick basic white that is cut, again, 8.5 by 5.5, and this you want to fold in half. Now, guys, with thick white, you guys know you need to score it, okay? You cannot just fold it. It is the ugliest fold ever. I mean, it will ruin a card, okay? And if there's a way to make something easy, I'm going to do it, but just doing your straight fold on thick white is just not going to work. So make sure you score it. Okay, so there's that, thick white. Then the cherry cobbler, you're going to run it through the embossing folder with the die, and that's what I did. So look, this is the die. You could see it better in the cherry cobbler than you could in the white that we did on the other card. So I ran it through. Hi, Peggy. You like the green gala? That's awesome. That's awesome. They are both beautiful, so you can get whatever you want. Now, this little piece came out, but not to worry because I have it right here, and I'm just going to glue it back down. So this piece is adhered to the card. All right, so let's do that. I think I'm going to use the ugly green glue because I feel as if I use the seal on this, it's a little bit fragile, okay, in terms of, you know, how this die works and the 3D element of it. So I don't want to pull that seal over it. Does that make sense? So I don't know that that's a real thing, but to me it kind of feels like it could be an issue. So, okay. So there's that. And then this little piece here is being weird too. So I'm going to get it. Come on, fella. And glue it down too. So, I mean, no one's ever going to know. You know, every time I say that, I did it before too on a post. Every time I say that, no one's going to know. That meme comes into my head. They're going to know. How are they going to know? They're going to know. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. There's that. And then I'll do this one too. So don't let this be an issue for you if your edges come out a little bit, okay? Because you can just glue them right back down. Okay, preferably what you want to do is put the glue on the right side. All right, watch me fix this. See what I tell you? What did I tell you? That there would be chaos. Already it begins. Already chaos begins. So there we go. Good news about this glue is that once it dries, it's not going to really stay sticky, so I'm not that worried about it. Okay, that looks better. All right. I know this piece is going to bug somebody, but there's no need for it to, because the next step of our instructions say to take your twine. Now you might be like, Julie, why do you have two? Why does your twine look like that? Well, it looks like this because I couldn't figure out where to start the unraveling process. So I just started yanking. So there you go. That's why it looks like that. Now, in Joey's card, she wrapped the twine first, and she didn't wrap it around the base. She just did it around the red piece, which I think probably will look good once that card gets opened up. I'm going to show you how to fix that, and I'm not even worried about it. Okay? I don't think anybody I send this card to is going to be like, oh my gosh, look what she did with the twine. That's horrible. Okay? So wrap and tie. And that's a lovely tie, right? You guys, I gotta tell you something. This Amazon polyester Santa hat is making me sweat. It's gotta come off, okay? But I'm still in the spirit. I'm still ho-ho, right? Still Christmas in July. I'm still here for you. Okay, and a little finagling here. I'll probably come back to the finagling part of this when I finish everything else. Okay, that's what we've got so far. All right, now looking at this, we are going to cut two rectangles. We're going to cut a basic white rectangle. This is one of the dies in the set, and then we're going to cut out of the DSP a green rectangle. This is the flip side. Okay, so you can, if you wanted to, you could go with the gold. Very pretty. Or you can go with the green. I think I love the gold, but I think I'll go with the green this time just to do it as it's meant to be done. Okay, so both of these come in this bundle, both of these dies, and I think that they are great dies for any number of things. I'm going to stamp in real red, and I'm going to stamp Happy Christmas. So The neat thing about this set is that you can kind of combine words if you want to. So you've got Happy Christmas, and I think like our British friends, they say Happy Christmas. We say Merry Christmas, so you can do it however you want it to be. You also have, these are individual stamps. The the Happy and the Christmas, all individual stamps. So let's get Christmas out. And when I've done this, I find that I stamp Christmas first. I'm actually going to stamp Merry Christmas. Doesn't make a difference, but that's just what I'm going to do. Why do I have real red? No. I want cherry cobbler. Okay. And so it's Christmas. All right. Let's see what we do here. So Christmas is inked. I am going to put it right here in the center. Okay, a tip. I think this is going to be good, but I want to give you guys a tip here. Yeah, that's good. When you go to stamp it, you kind of like, if you try to make the C look straight, everything else is going to go crooked. So when you're looking to line it up, it's the wristmas that you want to be straight, okay? You want straight wristmas. Remember that. We're straightening wristmas. Like that. And put that over here. And then I'll go with Mary. And the same thing with the M, okay? If you try to get that M straight, everything else is going to be crooked. So just, it's the airy. Airy wristmas. That's what we're going for. Okay, there we go. Pretty good. So, got that. And then I'm going to adhere that, move that nasty green glue to the green base. Okay. You guys, I need to tell you, I have been getting ready. In August, I'm doing an in-person Creating for Christ retreat with Rhonda Wade. I am so excited. It's going to be here in Nashville. You can throw it across the room. It's true, Peggy. But I'm so excited. It's going to be so fun. And we've got 60 people coming from around the country. It's going to be so, I mean, it's great. I have, I think, 13 to-go kits left, if that is something that would interest you. But I'm excited. So we've been real busy getting ready for that. Okay, so now what Joey has suggested in her tutorial is to pick up a couple of these leaf things here, all right? Because this is 3D and we know they're cut. And you're going to slide your sentiment under that. Now, she just slid it under one, okay? I guess I'll copy her and slide it under one too. All right, so let's do that. I really like that though. That's good. Does she put it on dimensionals? Let's see. Adhere to the cherry cobbler label. No, she doesn't say anything about a dimensional, so I'm not going to do it. Okay. So I think I love this little like 3D element though to this card, because honestly I've seen some of these, but I haven't been quite sure like exactly how to use it. So I love that Joey did that for us. Then I'm going to go back here that and trim it. Now I know you're like, well, that's cute, Julie, but I feel like it's missing something. Okay, not to worry, not to worry. What it is missing is twofold. Some dies. Okay, look at this. The directions say, I'm going to do it for you just so you can see. The directions say to, on a scrap, to stamp the holly. I want you to see how great this stuff is to stamp. It's a very easy set to stamp with too. That's important. You know, some sets, they take a minute to get the feel of it. Stamp the holly. That's beautiful. And then color it with Old Olive blends. So I've got the dark Old Olive that I'm going to do right there in the center. And then I'm going to go with the light. What is that? If that gets on anything, I'm going to be mad. Okay, the light Old Olive for the holly leaf. I love coloring with blends, the small things. I think they do great with that. And I know that you can do big things with them too. I just feel like the larger the surface area I have to work with, the greater a chance of a mistake. So Here I'm hedging my bets here. Okay. It's pretty good. I'm gonna get that dark. One of the things that the people who know say is to kind of do a little outline. You guys have heard me say it as if the sun is shining on it. I have no idea. No idea if the sun is shining on that. I don't even understand that idea. But I do it because the people say to do it. What people, you might ask? I don't know. Just the people. Okay, so we're going to color that, and then we die cut that. Now here's the thing. See, you're going to line this up. Side note and commercial. Are you guys familiar with the Post-it note tape? I love Post-it note tape. I use that a lot when I'm die cutting. I'll show it to you next time because I didn't bring it with me. Magic. I've got one right here. So I am going to clean that. That Shamie did a good job on that. Okay. I'll use some dimensionals. For this, I'm going to use my frenemy. The second thing, if you watch me, this is the second thing that I'm not a huge fan of, are these little dimensionals. And I've said it any number of times. I don't really like them because they're hard to get up with my fingers. But now that I use to take a pick tool, and I say this every time, but I mean it, they're better. So I don't love them, but I don't hate them anymore. And I would say we're just kind of just I don't know. We're seeing if we like each other. But they do the job, okay? If you need a little one, they do the job. So that's a good thing. So I'll pop that right there. And then the other thing that Joey did is Joey took leaves, okay? Again, on the leaves. These I'm going to keep, I'm not going to stamp these because all of this is not really stamped, you know? So I don't want it to be too much. And I'm just going to kind of stick it up in there. And there's one. Look at this. And two. I really like it. Have I done everything? Nope, I have not. We're going back to these gems. And on this, Joey is using the clear ones, okay? Now this big holly leaf here is a 4 center guy. So you won't beat me 4 centers. I'm going to do the 3. 3 plus 1 equals 4. Ha ha. And then on the tutorial, she put another set on one down in the corner. I can do that. Right there. And look at that. That card is done. Cute card, Joey Hartman. Cute card. So, the only mistake that I made, I'm going to kind of do that. The only mistake that I made is I wrapped my twine around the card base as well. And, I mean, it's okay. You know, I mean, it's not a huge problem. Whoever receives it, I think is still, look, I'm finagling again. Finagle. Whoever receives it, I think is still going to like the card quite a bit. But, there. Okay, good, there. But, you know, that's not like the best right there. But nonetheless, it's okay. All right. So, project number 2. Thank you, Lisa and Peggy. Good. All right. So, project number 1. Pick your backing that you like. Project number 2. And now, project number 3 is the 3D project. And this is a gift card holder. Now, in your kit, if you pre-bought the kit, what you received from me, the way that I chose to package my 3D items, were they were in a big cellophane bag like this. Okay, so I figured you guys could see that. I have a label on it that says 3D. So that's what all of that is. So let's go to our directions here and see what Joey has for us. I love having this tutorial printed out. It really makes it much easier. Okay, cut a piece of Mossy Meadow. Let me get that out. To 5.5 by 8.5. Okay, it's already done for you. Score the long side at 2 and 6. All right, I can do it. Score the long side. So that's here, okay? At 2 and 6. What are we doing? Park the dark. That's our reminder. So we don't cut instead of score. 2 and 6. Come on, scoring blade. Okay. Then the directions say fold up the bottom flap and adhere to the outside to make the card. Okay, so I wasn't quite sure what the bottom flap was right there, so that's why I folded them both. And I can see that one is shorter than the other, so that's the bottom flap. So I'll adhere that on the sides. Now, if I had tear and tape, that's what I would use. During the free shipping, I ordered tear and tape because it was also tax-free on like school supplies in Tennessee. So I got a bunch of adhesives, but it's not here yet. Okay, so I've got my pocket right here. Cut a piece of 1 3/4 by 5 1/4 Regal Distressed DSP. I've already done that, okay? And then cut a 2 1/4 by 5 1/4 piece of Season of Green and Gold, the stripe pattern. Did that. Adhered these, so the Regal's Distressed DSP goes on the bottom flap. I got that. I really like this. I like this DSP. I don't think I bought it last year when it was an option, and now I'm a big fan. Okay. And so you could use that side if you want. I think I like the striped side a little bit better, though, because when we embellish and decorate and stuff, I think those leaves would be too busy. To Gayla's point. Okay. That. Very pretty. That looks pretty. I like it. Okay. All right. So cut a 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 piece of basic white for the inside. Already done. Already done, because I got my kit. Stamp the greeting in Cherry Cobbler. And the greeting that she used is wishing you and yours all the best. I can do that. So stamp that out. Yep, that's it. Wishing you and yours all the best. I'm going to stamp it in Cherry Cobbler. Good. So you can see everything that I have stamped so far, because the first card required no stamping whatsoever. This card, and now this one is in Cherry Cobbler. So that's good. This is one of those projects that like you don't have to have 87 different ink pads. So that is, economically, that's a win, right? All right, so she has it up here toward the top. So wishing you and yours all the best. Nice, nice. Okay, I'm always so proud of myself when I stamp something straight. It doesn't happen a lot. And then she has stamped 2 leaves. Let's go back to these leaves. She has stamped 2 leaves on either side. So we'll stamp those. And she has stamped them in black. And then, yep, colored them with Granny Apple blends. We can do that, Joey Hartman. Okay. So, do I want it to go up? Do I want it to go down? Do I want it to go up and down? We're going to go up and down. Okay, so there's one that way. Nice. And then I'll take this one. This is coincidentally what Joey did as well. Put it up that way. Nice. That looks good. Okay. And then she colored it with Granny Apple blends. Then that's what we'll do. Okay. Now you might ask yourself, the blends, if you're new to blends, they come in duo packs. You get a light and a dark, and both the light and the dark have a fine tip end, which is what I'm using right now, and they have a brush tip end, which is that. That's what you would use if you were doing a bigger surface or something. So there's one. You know, it's kind of fun making this with you guys. It's like living on the edge. Living on the edge. I don't know if you guys probably know this. If you watch the Great North American Stampin' Show, that is actually a recorded video. We stick to 6 o'clock always on Thursday night. That's when it's shown. But sometimes life gets in the way, so we always have it pre-recorded. And all right, I'm going to grab the dark and just do a little bit of accent work here. Why? You guys know the answer, because the people say. But we do the pre-recording in case something gets in the way. We know we can always have the show. So if I mess up, I could always start over. I know you're like, you never start over, because you guys have seen me and you know that for the most part, I just go with it. Okay, so this goes down here. But so my point is the stamping live right now. That's fun. Okay, look how cute that looks on the inside. I really like that. And then, so this doesn't even necessarily have to be the gift card holder, but I think it's so cute. And you could adhere the gift card there or even on the back. You know, you could do whatever you want. I really like that. So that's a win, but we're not done. Okay, I'm going to go on and stick that in there though. All right, now what we have, hey, Jen Drake. Jen, I got all sorts of things to toss across the room. I'm pretty sure though we were, not Jen Drake, Jan Vanderwicken. Pretty sure we were talking about the green glue. All right. Now we have a strip of cherry cobbler that is cut 8.5 by 1 inch. So that's easy. That's going to be our belly band. We punched out a white circle. I've done that for everybody. Okay. And punched out an olive circle. Got that for you too. Okay. All right. So let's do, what do we have to do with this? So on this, stamp the bells and 2 bright. All right. Bright and happy is what this says. Bright and happy Christmas wishes. All right, I can do that. That looks like a lot of words though. I think I'm gonna have to change glasses and put my close-up glasses on. So let me find my words here. All right, bright and happy. All right, here's happy. But she has it in cursive, bright and happy. What have we done here? Let me see where they are. Oh, it's one stamp. Okay, I was trying to put everything all together into, like, not the right way. Overthinking, Salva. Overthinking. All right. Right, stamp the greeting and cherry cobbler. Back to cherry cobbler. Again, guys, see, this is really good. I like where you only have to use one ink color. Bright and happy Christmas wishes. I'm going to do it down just a little bit because I know there's going to be some accent things happening here. Okay, yay. Bright and happy Christmas wishes. Then what Joey had us do, and what I have already done, is she has us stamp the bell and color it, and then stamp 2 branches and color those. Now I want to show you something with this bell. These colors are beautiful together. It is great. It's real red. It's light and dark granny apple green. And then Joey called for Daffodil Delight blends, but I had to reorder them because my ends were frayed. So I used Darling Duckling and I love it. I think it's really, really pretty. So that's going to go right here. So let me adhere that. Just on the bottom, it looks like, you know what? I could get a better idea if I go in and put it on my green background. There we go. So pretty. All right, I'm going to wait until I do the belly band. Okay. So when you're doing a belly band, you really don't need to fool with a lot of like fancy scoring and everything. Decide where you want the belly band to hit. Then just fold it. Okay. And you can kind of crease on those fold lines. You want to give yourself a little bit of room because the deal with the belly band is it needs to slide, okay? If you pull it super, super tight, that's going to be a problem for you because it's going to be really hard to slide it off. Okay, I think that's going to work really well. Okay, and then I am going to use dimensionals to adhere my label. Those are going to be easier because you don't want to get glue outside of that belly band, because if you do, as you know, then again, it's stuck. Well, I thought it was going to be a day. I thought today was the day that I was not going to lose my dimensionals right in front of me. But no, today is not that day. So rather than fight, I'm just going to grab some more. That'll show you. You will not win, dimensionals. You will not win. See what we got going here. Any comments, anything I need to see? Oops, sorry. There. I'm going to put 3 because I want it to be nice and sturdy on there. Okay, hi, Kathy. Okay, we're almost done. with 3 projects. Okay. Bright and happy Christmas wishes. Then my bell. It's going to go right here. And I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive. I have got to get those silicone wraps or I'm going to have adhesive everywhere. I'm going to slide it right up under. And I'm going to have it come off my label. I like that. Okay. And then again, this one. I'll pull that up a little bit. There we go. Oh, you guys, look at that. Look how cute that is. Now, she did a bow again right here. And she did that double bow like we did before. Well, okay, let's go on and let's bow it up. I don't think you need a bow, honestly. I mean, we're going to do it because I'm a rule follower and I'm scared to not do it. But I don't think we need to do it. I think it looks pretty just as it is. So, okay, bow. Again, I do love this ribbon. I think it ties really nicely and you don't have to do a lot of finagling, just a little bit. Okay, so the bow goes there. Blue dot again. And again, I'm not sure that you need it. She used the bow and the twine. I think I am just going to use the bow though. Okay, what do we think about the, do we need a bow or no? One. Come on, trim down here. That's it. You guys, I love this card. I think it's super cute. And this one, we didn't even put any gems on it. You could if you wanted to, but I really, really like it. So, all right, I'm going to bring the camera up and let's see what we got here. Okay, camera's coming up. Bink. Bink, there's hello outside. Flip the screen, and I'm back. I'm back. All right, I'll put the hat back on because I cooled it down. Okay. There. Okay, there. I'm back. Happy Christmas in July. So let's take a look at these projects one more time. We got 3 of them done. Really impressed with me. I was going to say impressed with us, so I'm impressed with me. Okay, so this is what we just did. The gift card holder. Slide the belly band off. This is great. I'm going to be making some of these for sure. And then this piece is the insert. It comes out. You can put your gift card on it if you want, whatever you want to do. But these are really, really pretty. I love it. I might have to get some of this, some more of this paper, this designer series paper, because it is pretty. Now, I will say, for those of us who are demonstrators, next week we're going to get to see, we get a sneak peek to see and pre-order all of the upcoming Halloween and Christmas and Thanksgiving and fall things. Can't wait on that. So I'm sure that there will be beautiful things there too, but this is good. I do really like it quite a bit. And then the other projects that we made 2 cards. This was one. We kind of utilized the 3D element of that embossing folder. Okay, really pretty. All right. And then we made this one. This one I actually did ahead of time in the green, the way that the tutorial calls out for it. And then when we went live, we did it with the gold showing through. So those are the projects today. And like I said, all of them are included in the full color PDF step-by-step tutorial with supplies and everything. So if you want the tutorial, you can purchase it. It's $25. Or if you want to get it for free, you can. If you place a $50 order, you'll get the tutorial for free if you place that order with me. If you place a $75 order, you get the tutorial for free. And you get a card kit to make these cards. Now, I won't do the die cutting for the bundle, but I will do like the arches and everything else. And I will include the DSP cut for you too. Okay, so that is what I have. Now, what is coming up this week? I will be back tomorrow and Wednesday at 4 o'clock with 3 projects each day there. And then Thursday is the Great North American Stampin' Show. So I won last week, so thank you for your votes, and we'll see what happens this week. And then we're in August, and I've got some great classes heading your way. So make sure that you are on my email list, okay? And I will put a link in the description for you to be on my email list. So that's what I have. Thank you guys for joining in. Those of you who watched live, Jen, thank you for super cute projects. So those who hung around, I appreciate it, and I hope you can come back tomorrow. So that's what I have. I will see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And have a great Monday night. Bye-bye.